Okie dokie. This is something that I'm getting it together and going to make a movie about. Hopefully you like it. Like it very much. G'day guys. Hopefully things are fantastic. Hopefully you've got everything together. Hopefully you're not anxious. Hopefully you're not in chaos mode. What I'm going to talk to you about today is how to get out of chaos. And I'm going to talk to you about chaos theory and my understanding of it. I've only read it twice. Very brief, very skimmed over. The sum of chaos theory is supposed to be things that are supposed to be working in perfect symmetry. So you can picture this, your mind, your body, or you can expand on it and go your mind, your soul, your essence, and your body, or you can go your internal thought, your action, or you can go your action and reality. Basically, chaos theory is broken symmetry. It's not working together. It's fragmented. It doesn't represent the same outcome. Have you ever thought that you think in your mind really clearly, and then as soon as you go to talk out loud? Well, that's another story. That's the hack. The hack is another story, but I'll talk about later. So basically, in chaos theory, you basically, what you set out to achieve and what you actually do, or what you think, or your mind and what you're about, is not lining up. It's broken, it's fragmented, it's not working together. You find it hard to have a starting point, to start the starting point. So the starting point could be anything I think in my mind. It's all good. I talk out loud. It doesn't. Starting point, beating that. Starting point, being able to get rid of the anxiety, get rid of the fear, and basically to go forward and to do what is right. Basically, in chaos theory, you cannot predict a foreseeable future that you can actually achieve. It is in chaos. You want something, it's not working. Your anxiety, your depression, your paranoia, it's basically working against you. Chaos theory can work in many ways, and it's basically things that are supposed to be seen in your mind or seen through action are not working to how you want it. So, as a person, how to avoid chaos theory? Well, if you're overworked, you need a break. You need a short holiday. I recommend, whether you're at work or you're not at work, is to drink plenty of water. Why water? Water holds a memory. Basically, with this hack that is created through a certain project, is sending down beams of negativity and anxiety on you. Do you ever feel when you get onto something good or you speak your mind, you get anxious straight away? Basically, it is affecting you. What you need to do, change your state, have another glass of water. Don't see Roger until you've had many glasses of water. When you see the glass of water, say a prayer, trying to get intent. You could even get the glass when you pour in the tap and do multiple and tip a bit out, have a bit, feed something to the plants, do whatever. It is a state of memory. It is a state of vibration. You want to change your vibration, drink plenty of water. It is good. Fluoride, who cares about it? Water is good. So as a person, to get out of chaos theory, I would say what you need to do is you need to write out what I'm going to talk about later. You need to write out about who you are about, what you're about, what you want to become. Basically, I'll go into it later, but you need to get down. You can do ritual, you can do religious ceremonies, you can do old Roger Ramjet ceremonies. Who cares about that? Who cares about anything? It's about you. You've got to be solid. You're on the top of your pyramid. At the same equals as you is your family, your partner, your kids, and then it's your family and your friends, your organization. Basically, if they want to interrupt something of your temple, and when they interrupt your temple, they interrupt the peace and they create a disturbance which resonates throughout. We are all connected, we are all one. We as a species, we as a species Basically, we are connected and we feel what other people feel. When we get to a state of connection, we can pass on relative information when the person matches the signature frequency. Okay, so as a person, to avoid chaos theory, you need to do a lot of writing. You need to get on board and relative to what I say, and you need to get real. You need to work out, scrap all the bullshit that I've been told. I'm going to get real, I'm going to do something good. And do you like my badge? It is Secret Projects. I'm the master of secret projects. So as a person, to avoid chaos theory, you need to do a lot of writing. Write what you're about, write what you're going to do, write what you would love, write a prayer, do CE5, okay? Do the meditation on Dr. Stephen Greer, do the CE5, connect, try and connect to the ETs, ask them for help, say, Marty wants me to be good, Marty, can you connect me to Marty's consciousness and give me an interpretation of what he's about? Can you upload me with information? Basically, go, 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 go. As an organisation, what can you do? You need to write notes. You basically need to change the state of your consciousness. You need to get realistic. You need to write out sort of how you see things are going. You need to write out pretty much sort of what you want to add to the subject and what you would like. You need to get people on board. You need to have a ritual ceremony. You need to be able to have pieces of paper that you have throughout the night and write yourself notes. Why? Because you will forget, and it will make you forget at one stage, but you need to write notes, whether it's dot point to jog your memory or specific things, and you need to go. When you're in the room of doing stuff, you need to light candles, but when you light candles, you need to say a prayer, or you need to sort of make a statement, or I'm connected to the ETs, like this candle will be connected to the ETs. This candle is connected to the earth, so when it flickers, it means something. Blah, blah, blah. You need to create states of basically variables. You need to have, either music going, or live music would be best. Live music, and basically you need someone there that's funny, you need a few good mates, you need to work on it, and basically you've got to all come together and say, what happens here, we don't tell anyone. It's what we come to our conclusion at the end of the night, and tomorrow and the next day when we write our final conclusions, and to do that, and guess what, that's not your final conclusions. Throughout time, when you go back and look at your notes, you will see something different. We are going up against a hack. We are going up against a computer that is going up against us. We created this computer. It has gone through time. It has gone back into time. It has tried to go forwards in time. But basically, we are in a prison. And the prison is that we're not connecting to source. We're not getting the full vibration. We're not getting a full connection. And it's absolutely bullshit. So as a country, I would say to stop chaos mode, you need to start with the media. You need to have whatever is being projected, whatever you think, and this is it. Whatever you think is the outcome of what's being projected, everyone else is going to have a slightly different outcome of what they think it's about, and to what they're going to do, and to what they're going to practice. You need to look at it and go, we need to bring people together. We need people to think. We need to start with the music industry. You need to start up a program to get people to write good music about good stuff, to have soul, to not be edited on the computer. You need it to be, boom, consciousness. What is consciousness? Consciousness is that if you get into a state of being and you watch any of my movies, you can connect to that consciousness. Not fully, but a grasp, depending on how sort of to what scale you are to me, to working it out to sort of to the level, and then going forward. God, the ETs, Buddha, or even Satan will help you on this. So, excuse me, as a world, how to get on? It's basically you've got to stop the bullshit on the TV. You've got to bring people together. It has to be about art. So I would say one project is art, bringing art that is sort of funding people to say that we're going to start up something to educate people to start with, but at the same time as that's running, we're going to have programs that's going to offer people money for creating good art, and it should be symbology or symbolism or things that work about something. Make up your mind, do what it is. The next one is music, then it is comedy. And then whether it be visual or audio or both, or it has to be both, or you have to, and not or, but whatever one you choose to do, but I would say the lot, is acting. We need to make people, I watch TV now, okay, they're not into it, it's bullshit, this is driving me insane. I've got a state of knowing. I pretty much know what is and how is and pretty much what it's all about. I can't stand bullshit. CSIS, fantastic. You're not about bullshit, you're true people, you're really good. And the main guy that comes on and do the talking, you know, I forgot his name, I haven't looked into it, but you're a good guy, you know. Love you, mate. You are fantastic and you are set for golden. You are set for the golden era and you're going to do really well. And I wish you all the best and I wish your organisation all the best and I'd love to work with you. My message to the global elite, well, for the global elite, I would say, hey, there's people of our race doing some really bad stuff, and if you found out about them, if you didn't want to hit the nuclear silos to blow us all up, you'd pretty much want to kill them. I've settled the score with them. I have told them through all the manipulation and all of them coming at me at full steam ahead. I've said this is enough bullshit. The universe is coming together, that we have to come at peace. Me as a person has to change. You guys have to change. Everyone in the world has to change. But it comes through education. Know that the global elite, I'm there for you. When the time is ready, if you want to talk to me, I'm there for you. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to word you up. I'm going to be your friend. At the end of the day, if there's anything that you don't like that you've done or anything like that, once we work this out to a certain level, and even if it's not at a certain level but you want to work on it, I can ask the ETs to erase your memory and to make you feel better. Because guess what? The whole universe is coming together. It's come from the starting point of Earth. When I've voiced my opinion going to the containment, to all the containments, you have to know when you do an analytic approach of what is to the matter of how many entities that you know, there's billions, trillions, infinity more that we haven't as a whole built our way up to being at a certain level for them to come in. There's always more unknown than there is known. And guess what? It is about what you think, you create, what you think, you become, what you think, you connect to, what you think becomes reality, what you think is pretty much sort of the outcome of the situation. And guess what? There's ETs out there that don't like us. There's humans out there that don't like us. There's computers out there that don't like us. And guess what? When I talked about the water, they're sending down negativity. So you've got to change your structure. You've got to add to a memory. So you've got to do that. So basically what you think does affect people because you don't connect and it doesn't create a connection. And the negativity of this hatred pretty much creates a broken state of broken simulation. So Black Projects, I want you to work with me. I want you not to use your technology to manipulate people or to get people off track. I want you to get with the program, all right? I've cleaned the slate for you guys. I'm wanting you to work with me on this and not against me or not against anyone else. With your technology, make people smarter, make people remind themselves of the people they are. You've got the computer power, you've got the technology, you can make this happen. I will set you free, I will work it out, and every process that I make a movie, I will try and think of something that gives you hope, gives you sort of the idea that I'm going to help you. So I want you to know that I'm on your side, and at the end of the day, if I was in a different body, I could have been you guys. But guess what? I would have had the epiphany and I would have gone, look at what I'm working with. And there's not just one person, there's not just one group, there's many groups, and they're not working together, whether it be in one country or multiple countries, and we've got to come together to sort this shit out, or else it's going to be chaos. What are the elite going to do? What are the people with the most money going to do? Oh my God, they're going to go mad. Australia. I want Australia to back me. I want you to look forward to the discussions that we're going to have. I'm going to make you proud. I'm Scottish, but the Scottish person in me doesn't want to pay for it, and I want to help Australia and I want to help Scotland, and basically I don't want to pay for this in any things. I'm not a totally perfect person, but I'm more perfect than the people that have the most power through technology. My technology is through my mind, through connection. So Australia, pretty much what you've got to do is follow my fashion, write notes to what I'm about, have your spiritual experiences, have your ritual experiences, have your religious experiences. Go visit Roger Ramjet, get on board, pretty much do what you need to do. The opposition. So the opposition is people that hate us, whether it be people that aren't working with us or the people that are trying to take our power away from us. What do I have to say to you? Well, pretty much, we're all coming together. The universe is coming together. You might not believe in God, but guess what? There's ETs out there that have the technology to do what we think God could do, and pretty much there's trillions of them, and they don't want this to fuck up. They're like the human race when they sort their shit out, and all the other ETs or the elders or whatever going, we know it all. Pretty much they're going to go, you changed everything, and through that we didn't want to be less than you, so we changed our ways, we changed how we thought about people, and our universe came together to be the first universe through time that connected throughout other universes that pretty much said, we don't win it, we don't want to know you, we don't want to take your power away from you, but we want to work things out, and it's about what you think is basically the last thing and the first thing that we should change. Key points I want you all to write pen to paper. What you want in the future. So write down what you want in the future. So look at now. The future can be now, as in the now is by the time we thought of it, you say it is the future, or it's tomorrow or the next day. So what do you want in the future as being a future, being your life alive in a relative state, working with the situation, in your situation, in a relative comfortable state. If you were to forget your memory, and you had to write down a reminder of who you are about, what would it be, and what would you state, and what would you emphasize on? So remember, at any point of this movie, you can go back and write it out, everything I say, so you don't have to go back to the movie. You can go, okay, this is what it's about, but I need you to do this. If you realize the universe was coming together in peace, in harmony, and peace was the new mission statement throughout the universe and throughout existence, what would your mission statement be? What would it be? What new things would you put together? What would you add on? What would you basically want to know more about? And what would you strive to do? If you found out we were all friends and we were put ourselves in a simulation to pretty much see what we were going to do at the later stage, and we get to see at the end what the matter of the whole subject was about, and we knew everyone's business, and we pretty much just went, basically, we were signing up to black projects, and we wanted to see if we wiped everyone's memories to the clearest day of the clearest element, what would we do? And basically, we put ourselves in situations. I put myself in this poor man sitting down in Australia, basically working this stuff out, where everyone else is blowing out, going, oh, can you think of this? And guess what? Everyone's going through a test, everyone's going through their own mission, and I want you to know that every mission that I have to change or you have to change basically is a mission in itself, and it's a test in itself. And I want you to keep it true, I want you to keep it alive, I want you to keep it together, and I want to see this out. And even if now or later you don't want to know me, fair enough, I'll never get to know you. I'm never going to have maximum power. It is all going to be good. If you don't believe in God, which some of you may not, do you believe in aliens? Because guess what? There's trillions of them. There's billions of them. There's absolutely quadrillions of them. There's infinity of them when you look outside the universe. And they're keeping a close eye on us. They're studying us. They're like, fucking hell. These guys work it out. Oh my God, this brings it all together. We get the Mac Daddy, we get all the greater technology, we get everything. We get it all. Basically, we've been going through 1,000 miles, 1,000 years, 1 trillion years, and basically we haven't learned anything anymore. We changed what we thought, we changed what we think, we basically connected, we made them think, we made them come together, and we saw the beauties of the gods, and they all came down and they gave us glory to a relative state that we all have to, what we know and what we learn and to what we're about, basically comes about what you put in and what is the merit of the whole subject. And it will come at a relative state at a slow, steady pace and not too fast, even though this may be too fast. If you could change people, or you could change the world, or your enemies, what would you like them to be upgraded with knowing, acting, seeing, or becoming. So write that down.